Morning everybody, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. It is Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. Thursday will be Mark's and my 38th anniversary. He's a brave man. He's put up with me for a long time. I have a lot to share today. I have my chair full of stuff. I have stuff on the floor. I've got stuff on my little table here. So we're just going to get started. Did I say who I was? I'm Audrey. I'm Stitchy Witch 42. Breathe. Okay, so a couple of videos ago, I was asked a question about a pattern that I had. This pattern, the Carriage House Samplings Pumpkin Seed Sack. Sandy wanted to know what the finished sizes would be. So it's 125 stitches wide by 145 stitches high. If you stitch it on 14 count Aida or 28 count linen, it's 8 7/8 by 10 1/4. If you stitch it on 1632, it's 7 3/4 by 9. If you stitch it on 18 or 36, it's 6 7/8 by 8. And if you stitch it on 20, 40 count, it is 6 1/4 by 7 1/4. So, Sandy, I'm sorry for not answering you any sooner. I'm keeping my pattern in this lovely bag that was gifted to me by my friend Lori. It's ready to go. And the funny thing is, look on the pattern, see how the bag is finished. That's what I wanted to do. So since I had to go into Salem this morning to renew my driver's license, I stopped at Hobby Lobby and I bought some fabric for the finishing. And the funny thing is, it's the same fabric that was used on this bag. Total coincidence. So, that was the first thing that I needed to address. Okay. The second thing I needed to address is I want to say thank you to one of my viewers. I hate that word. One of my visitors. I want to say thank you to one of my visitors. Beth Pearce commented 2 videos ago, I think it was, to let me know that she had heard my name mentioned on another Flosstuber's videos because I won a giveaway, which kind of blew me away because I very, very rarely ever enter the giveaways. In fact, some of the times that I've entered the giveaways, I haven't realized that I've entered a giveaway. So it's always a surprise. And thank you, Beth, for telling me because I would have missed it. There are so many people doing Flosstube videos that I watch my favorites, and then I go back and I watch random other ones, and then I watch new ones, and it had been a while since I had watched Jen's Stitching Niche, and she had a pattern that she had put up for a giveaway, and mine was one of the 5 names drawn to get one of 5 copies of Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. Now she has an Etsy shop, and she said that she couldn't sell this because it's not in perfect shape. It's got the teeniest, tiniest little crease here in the back. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't affect it at all. This is one that I've wanted to stitch for some time. Yes, I know there's a house in the center. I may be able to get over that. Maybe. Me and houses, we know. All right. Looking at my notes, seeing what I have going on here. Berries. Berry obsession. You can see them back here. I have more stuff to go with them. So the first thing that I want to talk about for my berry obsession is a new start, a finish, and an FFO. I stitched that little pattern, the Sweet Sentiments pattern out of the Just Cross Stitch magazine. Well, I was going through Instagram the other day and I saw somebody who had just finished stitching this little pattern. It's a Lizzie Kate pattern, and it's one of her free patterns. So I grabbed it and I decided to stitch it up and make it into a little pin pillow. So this is a new start, fully finished, and FFO'd. And I put pink polka dots on the back because strawberries. But there's more with the berries. And I have to look through my stuff that I have over here because I have stuff. So I had mentioned that I had signed up for Under the Woolen Willows Summer Berry Club? Strawberry Club. Summer Strawberry Club. Some of those words put together. Whatever. And I got my first one yesterday. And this is called the Bumblebee Berry. Oh, that looks green. It's more of a gold colored. It's got French knots all over it. It's got a teeny tiny little bee on it. Absolutely fantastic. It's the first of 3 that I will be receiving. That can go there, that can go there. And then I got some Happy Mail. This Happy Mail came to me from Ireland, from Angela in Ireland. And hate it when I drop things on the floor and I have to bend over. Angela, knowing that I was obsessed with berries, decided that she needed to send me something to make more berries. Angela, I just got my desk cleaned off from all the other stuff, but now with this stuff, oh my gosh. She sent me a stack of goodness. She sent me a wonderful toile pattern fabric. That will make a nice berry. She sent me some musical fabric. She sent some wools. I love this one. This one, yes. And then she sent this gorgeous red. A plain black. A red with polka dots. Some plaid. She sent me some laces that can be used for finishing. She sent me some ribbon that could be used for finishing. A wonderful, wonderful card. And a cute little owl needle minder. So thank you ever so much, Angela. Your gift was amazing and so thoughtful, and I'm going to be having some fun making more berries because one cannot have enough berries. I know this now. But that's not all in the berries. I don't think. I don't know what I have over here. I received another piece of Happy Mail. This one is from my friend Marsha. I have met Marsha. I think we met one time at Acorns and Threads when we were still doing the first Thursdays, but mostly I have met with her on the Zoom meetup that we do. And she knows, she's kind of sort of getting me, okay? She asked me the last time we met up, she goes, I understand the stitchy part of your name, and I understand the witch part of your name. She goes, but what's 42 mean? And I said, well, when my husband and I first got together, he introduced me to science fiction novels. The first series he ever had me read was Dune. And then he handed me a book by Douglas Adams called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. And if you haven't read that, you should. Everyone should. It's very, very unique. But in there you find out that the answer to the mathematical equation, what is life, the universe, and everything, is 42. And it kind of became a thing for Mark and me. And we've been together, well, Thursday will be our 38th anniversary. We've been together 40 years. And 42 is still a thing. But she blew me away. She sent me a gift. She knows my love of the Beatles. So she sent me Strawberry Fields. But she knows something else about me. It has a house in it. And I have issues with stitching houses. So in this package, she sent me all the called for DMC flosses. Wow. And then she sent me a piece of fabric. And this beautiful, beautiful card. And inside of it, I think I was showing that upside down, maybe not. Just a little stitchy kindness for you. She started this for me. And I thought, what do you mean she started this for me? She knows how much I don't like stitching houses. So she stitched the house in the middle of Strawberry Fields. So I guess this is a new start, but I wasn't the one that started it, but I will be finishing it. And I will enjoy every single stitch of it. I will enjoy seeing it once it's finished, because it will be a collaboration between my friend Marsha and myself. And Marsha, thank you so, so very much. She had offered to stitch houses for me. I didn't think she was seriously going to do it, but she did. Okay. I want to talk about a Happy Mail project that I am doing. I've mentioned it before on my videos, and I've mentioned it a couple of times on Instagram. And like a dummy, I forgot to bring my example in, so there you go. Imagine, if you will, that I've decided I want to send out Happy Mail. And not just once or twice. I decided I wanted to send it out all year long. So I turned 62 on April 29th, and I decided that I wanted to send out 62 pieces of Happy Mail. So then I had to think about this. If I'm going to send out 62 pieces of Happy Mail, how am I going to do this so that it's not overwhelming for me? I decided that I would make bookmarks. Very simple to make, very fun to make, and I would break it up so that I would send them out from April of this year through March of next year. So that meant 2 months I needed to send 6 out, and the other 10 months of the year I would send 5 out each month. And I made a comment here on my videos to begin with that if you are interested in receiving happy mail from me, it's a bookmark, a handmade bookmark, to send me an email to my address, which I list down below. And I want to say thank you to Connie of Count Twice, Stitch Once. My email is acwalster, acwahllster@gmail.com, all lowercase letters. I've had a number of people comment that they've had issues trying to send me emails because when I put it in the drop-down box below, it automatically capitalizes that A. And I am blonde, naturally, and I didn't catch it until Connie pointed it out. So, that first month I said, send me your email, or send me an email if you want to receive happy mail from me. Make sure that you include happy mail as the subject line so that I would be able to add you to my list of people. On Instagram, I did the same thing, and I've gotten quite a list of people who would like to receive happy mail from me, and that just always blows me away, but thank you. So I sent out 6 in April, I sent out 6 in May, and I've actually sent out 6 for June. I have enough names to get me through my list until September, which means I still need people for October, November, December, January, February, March to fill out my year-long project of sending out happy mail to people who visit with me here on Flosstube and on Instagram. So, if you are interested in receiving happy mail from me, please know that, like I said, I do have my list all written up in the order that I've received requests. And if you haven't received something from me yet and you've already made a request, your name is on the list. You will be receiving it between now and September. New people will start receiving happy mail from me in October. And then I want to say thank you to Helen, who is one of the ladies who I sent one of my bookmarks to. She sent me this stunning card. This is quill art. I am always impressed when I see this. It is just absolutely gorgeous. But she sent me some Scooby Doo postage stamps to use for sending out my happy mail. So thank you very much, Helen. I do so appreciate that. I also want to say thank you to the people who have been buying me a coffee, because that money is slated for giveaways. It's postage. That's all it is. It's going to be used for postage. I have 2 belated thank yous that I need to get off my list. The first one is to my friend Becca, Sambrie Stitches. Both this one and the other one that I'm going to show you, I received when I went up to Acorns and Threads the beginning of May. I think it was like the 11th of May. That's when there was 9 of us there. We weren't all there at the same time, but we did all have lunch together at McMiniman's across the way, and Becca gave me a gift that I forgot to share. So I have to share it now, and I'm going to give you the abbreviated story because some things you just learn not to share on social media. But if you watch Becca Sambrie Stitches, you know that she is a Rae Dunn addict. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. She found a plate for me. This is my first piece of Rae Dunn. It could be my only piece of Rae Dunn. I would be okay with that. But that's okay, because I am going to love this one. She got me this one with a raccoon on it in a green sweater. Why did she get me a raccoon with a green sweater? Well, the abbreviated version of the story is that we have raccoons that party on our house at midnight, at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock in the morning. And when they are up there, they sound like a herd of elephants. So we had to figure out a way to discourage them, and what we came up with was to borrow a paintball pistol from our son Philip. I went and bought paintball pellets, which are soap-based, so that we could shoot the raccoons with the paintball pellets that are green. Mark has actually knocked one off the roof by hitting it with a paintball pellet. It landed fine. It ran away. It wasn't hurt. If you've ever gone out and done paintballing and you get hit with one of those paintball pellets, it will leave a welt and a bruise like you wouldn't believe. But if we miss and it accidentally hits the neighbor's car, they have a green splotch of soapy paint on their windshield, and it will wash away the next time it rains or they spray water on it. So thank you, Becca. I love my Rae Dunn. Okay, the other thing that I got up that day, the other thing that I received that day was from Anna, Stitch Roadies. She brought me some fabrics, panels of fabrics. And this first one, well, do we not look alike? I think so. I have to figure out something to do with this. I have no idea what to do, but this is gorgeous. Well, I thought that would work, and it's not going to, so let's just take it off the hangers. Then she gave me these. Now I'm thinking I need to make a needle book out of this. How exactly I'm going to do that, I don't know, but I think I need to make a needle book out of that. She sent this one. She gave me this one. She didn't send. She was standing there. She handed them to me. This one. I love him. This one, the Pumpkin Queen. She also gave me a piece of twill fabric with skeletons on it. So all of those were fantastic. I have no idea what I'm going to do with any of them, other than that little one. I have to figure out some way to make it into a needle book. I just think that that would be really, really cute. All right, I've done that one. 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 Emily C. Duck Derby. This is the second year that I have donated and purchased ducks because any charity that is for children, I can get behind that. The main one that I usually give to is Dornbecker's Children's Hospital because those are the people that took care of our daughter Sophie during the 3 very, very short days of her life. So charities for children, you bet, I'm all on it. And she contacted me and said, go pick out a prize. Wow. Was not expecting that, but loved it anyway. So I went and I found this package and I said, I will take that one. And it came in a baggie. And the one that I chose was Glendon Place Sleepy Hollow. I know that I've seen Christine Stitch All the Things stitch this one up. Did Gary on Sunshine Stitchers do it, or is he working on it? I don't know, but I've seen it. It's gorgeous. It came with a 28 count Woolen Midnight Splendor from Fiberlicious. It came with all the DMC. It came with floss bling. Lovely little skull. And then the floss cards with coffins on them. Question for you. Do you know what the difference is between a coffin and a casket? And then she sent me a very nice card thanking me for donating and telling me that she had also sent a second piece of fabric, and this one is a solo die. It's a 32 count Belfast. Colors that I love. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. So gorgeous. So have you thought about it? Do you know what the difference is between a coffin and a casket? Those are coffins. Caskets are the plain rectangular boxes that they use now. Either way, I don't want to be in either one of them. Just don't. Alrighty. It says I'm up to projects now. Since I have seen you last time, or since you saw me last time, since we visited last time, I have worked on 7 projects. Well, 8 if we're including this one. And we should. So I have 7 projects over here. I have one more gift to share with you. I have a giveaway, and then I have a, what did she call it? An FFJ to share with you. Right, Janet? Okay, in no particular order. And one of my Vicky Stitch and Button bags, I had to use this one because of Ursula. This is my BBD Weekend Sal piece. Octopus's Garden, because the Beatles. And yes, I could have taken everything off the Q-snaps, but why? I never ever. Occasionally I do. It's rare. This is where I'm at. I have the border completely stitched. I have all the words stitched. And I'm just starting to work on filling in the inside of it. When I start working on this piece, I don't want to put it down. I am just loving it so, so much. I am stitching this on a 32 count. Picture This Plus linen. Colorway is Dawn. Then I went back and I've told you that I am focusing on trying to get a finish on my Plum Street Samplers Harvest Keeper. Well, when I was done with it, with showing you the last time, I must have taken it off the Q-snap, put my needle minder that had my needle somewhere, so I had to go find a new needle minder and a needle so that I could work on it some more. But this is where I'm working at right now. Now, I have referred to this piece as my humility stitch because there are lots of mistakes in there. Well, when I picked it up again, there was another mistake in there, but I couldn't leave that one because this leaf here, I had put over here somewhere where it didn't belong. And that really would have messed up my border on the bottom. So I actually had to frog this one and restitch it in the right spot. And now I'm continuing on, and I think it just goes over to about the edge of the Q-snap, and then it'll go up across the top, 2 bees up here, and it'll be done. I frogged it. Speaking of frogs, last Thursday, Mark and I were going to go out to dinner, and I went to use the restroom before we left the house because it's just a good idea all the time anymore. More than you needed to know. Don't care. You came and visited me, you should know to expect things like this. Anyway, I was walking into the restroom and we had a frog in the pantry. Little teeny tiny tree frog. I'm sure it was one of my son's great-grand frogs from when he dumped all those tree frogs in the front yard when he was 9 years old. But Mark caught it, then he dropped it, then he caught it again, and we took it outside and put it out by the whiskey barrel that we usually have the Freds in, and it's hopped off, so it must be happy out there. All right. Next project. The camera shut off. I don't know where I was at. So we're going to start this over again. Not all over again. This is in my Vicky Stitch and Button bags, the one I had made, Stitch and Button bag, that I had her make for me with the Live Long and Stitch On. This is my at work piece. I'm stitching it out of the Souvenirs for Summer. It is America. I am stitching this on a 32 count piece of Country French Mocha using Silks for You colorway PR 168. Love the way this looks. So I had this at work with me the other day, and my boss comes walking in the morning, and she goes, do we have any safety pins in here? And I said, no. What's up? She had a shirt on that had a button on the back, and the button was like moments from falling off. And she goes, do you have your sewing with you? I said, you mean my cross stitch? And she goes, yeah. She goes, can you sew my button on? So I used my blue silk to sew her button on to the back of her shirt. Why not? Why not? All right. Next one. This is in my Lisa Smith Kindred Stitcher bag. This is the Mill Hill Jim Shore Harvest Trio. I am stitching this on a 27 count natural banding. And I have finished all the stitching on the first bird. Now, the second bird is going to be standing above this bird's head. The legs on the second bird are all beads. And I don't want to do the beading until I have all the stitching done. So what I do, and I was going to prep this for you, obviously I didn't. But what I do is I will line up where the bottom will match up with the bird above it, and I will do a running stitch with a different color than I'm using in here to count my spaces, but also to keep myself lined up. So I'm stitching 2 over 2, so I'll go 2 in, out, every 2 rows, 2 stitches, so that I can line up the second bird on top of it. Because all of this bird's legs are beads. So I will do a running stitch from here up to where this bird starts. Then when I start this bird, I can take that running stitch out, and you'll never see it because eventually there will be beads there. I stopped by Acorns and Threads last week. Just a quick stop there to pick up, where's it at? The last 2 things that I needed for it. There are 2 little square buttons that will go on it, and those had been on back order, so I now have everything I need to finish this piece. Next one. This is a stitch along that I am doing with Gail Phillips. She has a YouTube channel. This is Mandarink's design. This is Moon Charm. Ooh, I missed putting my pattern back in. Must put the pattern in the bag. Okay. This is one of my project bags. Bavana style. I am keeping all my flosses in a Bags Plus Floss Buddy. And this is where I'm at with this piece. I love the colors on this piece. And somewhere between this flower and this flower, I'm a row off. I don't think it's going to make a difference in this pattern because this is just a big crescent moon, so as long as I continue down following it, I don't think missing a row stitches or missing a space is going to make a difference. But I love this piece because the colors are gorgeous. Okay. The next one is also in a Vicky stitch and button bag. This is the one that I had her custom make for me. She told me not to ask her to do that anymore because she doesn't like making this size. But I needed it because I have my next piece on my 11 by 17 Q snaps and I needed it. So, first of all, let's get out the pattern. This one is my Celtic Knot Runes sampler. This was my birthday start. I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. This was an Etsy download, and the designer's name is Alice Allen, A-L-A-N. And this is where I'm at with this one. I have been working up here on the knots. I have been working here on the runes. I think there's 4 more runes here, and then the knot ends, this row of knots ends about here. The first part is all half stitches, works into full cross stitches. It will end with half stitches over there. This is the top of the thistle leaf. And then down below there will be a repeat of this pattern, only it'll be in the pale green. And then I have the leaf to finish and the thistle flower itself. So this is the area that I've been working on. I've got part of this done. When I finish that, I'm going to come down, do this, and then do the rest of it. Love this piece. It's my first sampler because it's not a sampler. Well, I guess it could be. All right. I have one more gift that I wanted to share with you that I received before I show you my last piece, because my last piece is my Alphonse Mucha, and I'm going to have to move the camera for you to see it, so I thought I would share this first. Amanda, who is Alba Stitcher, asked me for my address. She wanted to send me something, and I received the cutest little witch from her. Came with this wonderful postcard of Big Ben. How do I hold her? She sent me this absolutely gorgeous little witch. She is cute, she is wonderful, she is fluffy, she is soft. And this was made by Fluffy Fairies and Gifts. So there's that if you want to take a screenshot. She has a Facebook group, Fluffy Fairies. So cute. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you so very, very much. All right. Projects. I still have my Alphonse Mucha, but I'm going to wait on that because I want to do some giveaways and I want to talk about the FFJ. So, let's talk about the FFJ. What is an FFJ? An FFJ is the acronym that my friend Janet came up with for a fully finished Jeep. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you may have seen that I had a little 2.5-minute video that I had just put up showing my first ever ride in my husband's 48 Willys Jeep. That has been a long-term project. This Jeep belonged to Mark's dad, David, and it was the Jeep that Mark and his brothers used to drive when they were teenagers. Drove it all over Oregon. They crashed it and wrecked it a couple of times. And it was finally driven in and parked in his dad's shed in 1976. And it sat there. 1976 is the year I graduated from high school. I graduated a year early because I'm blonde. Or I was ahead of my time. Mark's dad passed away in 2002, and in 2004 we went over to the house and got the Jeep up on a trailer, and we brought it over here where it then sat out in Mark's shop until now. It's still out there. About 12 years ago, he started working on this Jeep, and what he has done absolutely amazes me. Amazes me. He took every part off that Jeep and labeled it and put it in baggies. He took it down to bare frame. He sanded it. He powder coated it. Other than the pieces that he's had to buy or the welding that he's had to have done on it, or the upholstery on the seats, or the work on the engine, he has done everything else. And it is absolutely astounding to me the things that he has made. He rewired it. He painted it. He did all of this stuff. And last Sunday, the 30th, our son Philip came down and they got the Jeep out of the shop. And on that little video, I showed you the first time that he had started the engine and let it run. And then he and I went for the very first ride in his 48 Willys Jeep. And I've learned a couple of things from that short little ride that we went on. First of all, I have to put my hair up or wear a pair of pantyhose over my head to keep my hair from slapping in my face. We were gone for 20 minutes. When we got back to the house, my face stung because my hair had been slapping my face. And then it took me 15 minutes to comb all the knots out of my hair. And then my scalp hurt for a long time. So I was really, really excited that Mark got the Jeep done. I was really excited to take my first ever ride in it. I need to have something done with my hair so that I don't end up with my face feeling like it's been slapped over and over again. And I don't want the knots in my hair. But after Mark took me for a ride, he took Philip for a ride. Then my daughter Erin came over and she got to go for a ride. And then he drove over and he picked up the oldest granddaughter, Rowan, and she got to go for a ride. So Mark was really, really happy about that. And he also got to take it down Friday night to the First Fridays here in Silverton. They have a thing going on downtown. Some of the shops will have music playing outside of them. A lot of them will be open, showing what wares they have inside there. But they also had a little car show at the Eagles. And so Mark got to take that down there for his very first car show. I didn't go along because I still don't have a hat or a scarf, or we haven't figured it out. We will. We will. So, FFJ, fully finished Jeep. Thank you, Janet, for that acronym. Love it. Giveaways. I was thinking about what I wanted to do for giveaways on this video, and I remembered I had my collection of magazines that I had purchased a couple years ago. And I knew that there were some ones in there that had Christmas stockings. So I went up and looked at them this morning, and I have 4 of them. 2 of them are duplicates. So 3 of them are Better Homes and Gardens Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. The first one is the July-August 92, and it has this stocking on the front of it. And I figure since people do Christmas in July, stockings would be good. So this is one. Then I have 2 copies of the July-August 93 that have this stocking on the front of it. And then I have, where's the date on this one? July-August of 1994 with this one on the front of it. So I have 4 of them. Like I said, 2 of them are the same. So if you are interested in receiving one of these 4, say stocking. That'll make it really easy. I'm going to draw 4 names and I'm going to send them out randomly. I'm not going to try to figure out which is which. So please be a subscriber. You need to be over 18 because I will need to have your physical address so that I can send these out. I will mail internationally because people have been buying me coffees and that helps to pay for postage. And thank you to those that have. That's all good. Alrighty, ready for Alphonse Mucha? I got a lot of work done on her. So, there. There's my sideboard. Isn't it pretty? All the strawberries. Looks wonderful. Okay, there is my lovely lady. Since I showed her to you last time, I have gotten all of this area filled in. There's still a few stitches down here to do, but I've pretty much filled in this whole area. And then I've also been working on filling in her dress. So I think that she is looking absolutely gorgeous. As soon as I finish filling in this whole section here, that all the missing stitches there, I will be halfway with her. So when I'm finished with that section, the next time you see her, you won't be able to see her head. Up close and personal. What can I say? Anyway, that is everything that I had to share for you. I was hoping to get it all done in one session. But since the camera cut off at me, I guess it has a limit on how long it can record. I'm going to have to put these 2 together and get them up and get them out to you. I will hold my giveaway open until my next video. So if you're interested in that, remember to put stocking in your comment. There's 4 of them. And I will send them out to 4 people, whether it's here in the United States or it's international, it's all good. I want to say thank you to everyone who comes and visits with me. I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribes. I want to say thank you to the people who have bought me a coffee, who have sent me postage, who have sent me any gifts whatsoever. I think that I've covered everything that I had on my list. So until next time, live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye.